Happy Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Hello, welcome. I had no idea it was daylight savings time. Um, yeah, I'm just waking up. How is it's not folders in my cup, but I got coffee. And it's so good. Coffee is one of those habit things I tell myself I have to have in the morning to wait, and I really don't. Because in all honesty, I don't know, this is a side note. I've been more awake without coffee than I am with it. So maybe some knowledge is coming through today that I really need to take heed at. Could it be? Say it isn't so. I'm happy for that. Welcome. I'm so thankful you guys are here. So I was sitting here going through my phone and whatnot and messages and blah, 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 blah. And what was coming through is, some of us as children, what came through was, to me, was you were more awake as a child and then somehow fell asleep. Well, we had stuff to do. But this is for you guys to really stop and think for a moment. When you were younger, did nothing really make sense to you? Like, you went to church and what they were teaching, you're like, that's not my God. That doesn't sound like my God, my Jesus. This daylight savings, you're like, why would they do that? That makes no sense. There's really no time to, why would they add a day every so many years, like leap year or whatever? Nothing ever just seemed right. The solar system, the earth, just everything. It's like when you came out and you were learning, we're the closest to God at that point, right? Until life and the people and our environments happen to us. Why do you think spirits are more apt to talk to babies? Why can babies see things like animals? Because they're pure still, till they're raised in their environment. Then the fuckery happens, So you've always had this deep-seated knowledge that you weren't able to explain because you didn't have like written proof, and you were a kid. No one listens to kids. I listen to kids. Kids are very smart. Just like animals are very smart. So now, then you've slipped into your slumber because life happened and you had things you had to learn for whatever your soul, I'm getting like your soul purpose and blah, 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 and such and such. And, now you're waking up again. It's like being reborn. Yeah, thank you. It's like being reborn again. Maybe that's where they get that born again. Born again with the suit of armor, but not really armor, but the blessing and love of God, right? Which is in you. So you're allowing that to come out. Thank you. And they're showing me like it shields you. Something about gold, the color gold and gold in itself. Some kind of alien. So those of you that are alien, we all are really. Gold. Go for the gold. It says right there on my board. I had a really fucking big scare last night. The neighbor came up and brought the kitty and said kitty wanted to come in here, or the kitty was at the door. So she said I could, let the kitty in. So the kitty came in and I put her in her box. And I was in my bed. And she ate something and then she came out here and I had to keep getting up to check on her and she went underneath my coffee table. So I bent down and I went to the side, and my vertebrae in my back slid a little. I could feel it because it's bone on bone, and it was like, and I was like, oh fuck, here we go. So I had to go lay in bed, get my thing up to put my legs on it, and I was feeling, which I hadn't felt before, but from my spine down my left leg, I could feel exactly where all of the nerve runs, because it was hurting, and both of my feet were numb and tingling, and I was getting a headache, and it was affecting everything. And I was like, oh shit. And then I was smelling that weird shit. I'm like, oh fuck, maybe I'm stroking out, or I hope something in my nerves. I know the L4 goes down the legs and it affects everything down. But it felt like I was affecting my upper body. And I was getting a headache, really weird headache, and weird tastes in my mouth. I mean, just weird shit. And I was like, oh fuck, this could be it. So I had to lay there and just put my hands on myself and just go, okay, you did what you're not supposed to. You always do things you're not supposed to with your back. When are you gonna fucking learn? Now you might have to accept this. Maybe you'll never get out of bed again. I just went to sleep. And I was like, I'll deal with it in the morning. But by the time morning came, I had to get up and go to the bathroom. It was so cold in here. I had to get up, go to the bathroom, and I was like, okay, I could walk around. I'm doing good. I've already been outside, got my coffee, dressed, have my robe on because I'm still cold. But, it was scary. It was scary. The gentleman that helps me out might be seeing somebody. I could feel that. Because he acts different. So, I've really got to figure out a way to pay my not pay, but God will always take care of me, so I don't need to worry. But I do need to be more mindful about my back, because if I do something wrong, I'll never walk again. And I had to come to terms with that last night. I thought that was happening again. You just know your body so well. But, oh God. But here I am. I'm still walking. I'm still sitting. So even if I couldn't, there's always hope, right? But Mike is gone. There was my comfort zone, even though I couldn't realize it at the time. And I'm all alone. But I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Because God wills it. Maybe I need to do some of that. Might be a good time to really start doing those exercises that I've been shown. There is no excuse other than just I don't do it. Mm. Can't blame no one but myself. I know what to do, yet I don't do it. So there's that. There's a lesson for somebody today. All right, you know what to do. So you were more awake. So it's like we were born and we were awake, and then we slipped into slumber because life happens. I need to go to the store. I need to go to the store. I need some freaking green apples. What do you do when you don't have anyone to go to the store for you? You got to get up and do shit yourself regardless. That's why, in my mind, there's never, you can't ever do this or that because I have to. Because there's nobody else. And you may think, or I could easily think, woe is me, I don't have anyone else. But my saving grace is that I push myself. I'm not saying everyone should push themselves. I'm only saying what I do. That helps push me to get up, pushes me to still do things. So, and I'm going to keep doing that until I no longer can, which will never happen because I'm talking to the fish. We got a super moon coming November 5th. Today's the 2nd, so here we go. So here we go. But we have no worries, mate. Maybe back before when we still had all those hard lessons to do and we didn't crack open and open what to who we are inside, so then things could attach themselves to us, things could attack us, things could do things, but that time is over. For me, I'm not saying, I can't speak for you guys, only you know your part in it, okay? If that's true for you, you know? Surrendering, whatever happens, happens, and we'll get through it because you know you will, you always have. God gets you through. Won't put anything on you more than you can handle. It's written in your soul. I heard it's written in your soul contract. Take it or leave it. I love you guys. Peace. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. And have a blessed day.